Now let's play the game now. And you can see myself talking to the camera. Here are 5 things I love about the new 5 Series. It's appropriate we have 5 things because it is a 5 Series. First of all, I have to be honest, I really like the back here. I really like the way this design goes together. I just think it looks really aesthetically pleasing. And we do, of course, have our Hofmeister kink there and a 5 there, because just like Johnny 5, this car is very much alive. The second thing I like is the ability to see outside the car. The third thing is the ability to see inside the car. The fourth thing is the Apple Car Key, able to share your car key with another family member. Fantastic feature. And the fifth thing is the ability to do remote control parking and move the car from your phone. You use the app to park the car, you tip it forwards to make sure that it's intentional, because we want to make sure that there's no accidental self-parking, and then press and hold for it to park, and it will park itself like that. Welcome to the channel. Now, lots of people are concerned about technology in cars. Now, obviously this channel is called Tech in the Car, so if you're here, hopefully you're open-minded to it. And BMW are one of the companies that are really pushing that technology to the limit and creating cars like this new i5, which have unbelievable tech inside them, which make your car safer, which make it a better experience, and just make it a lot of fun to drive. So should you be for or against technology in cars? Let's face it, cars are now computers. They're computers more than ever before. And as we get more and more EVs, which the majority of new cars are and will be going forward, that's something you have to get used to. Are you worried about your online data? Well, I have a solution which means you don't have to worry at all. It's called Aura, who are the sponsor of today's video. Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to do a Google search to see what information I can find online about myself. Wow, there is a lot of information here, and I'm very uncomfortable with having all this information online and available to anyone. Data brokers sell your information to scammers, spammers, and anyone else who may want to target you, and that's not something that we want. Your full name, home address, email address, health records, your relatives, it's all out there. Aura shows me which data brokers are selling my information and automatically submits opt-out requests for me, which is a fantastic feature. Aura is cleaning up my information, which is helping to reduce the amount of spam I get, and also protects me from hackers who could use this information to help them access my social media accounts. We have a lot of other features. It includes things like an antivirus, a VPN to protect your location, password management, parental controls, and identity theft insurance. So you're insured if something happens and you've got Aura, you are insured for quite a lot of money. It's really easy to set up. There's an app which is available as well as the website, so you can have it on your phone, on your tablet. You may already have 1 or 2 of these tools, such as a VPN or a password manager, but Aura has it all in one, and it's fantastic value. Not having Aura is like locking the back door but leaving the front door wide open. It's one affordable price. Aura is always working to keep you safe in the background so you can concentrate on other things which are more important in life. I value my privacy and I value your privacy. So go to aura.com/techinthecar for a free 2-week trial where you can enjoy all the features and see what it's really like. This is the new BMW G60 i5. So this is the all-electric version of the 5 Series, and this is the eDrive 40. It still starts at around £76,000, and as this car is spec, this is spec'd at about £96,000, £97,000. So there's a lot of car in here. This car has an 81.2 kilowatt-hour usable battery. It can do 357 miles WLTP, and it does 0 to 60 in 6 seconds, which we will test. Now, how big is this car? We've got a length of 5,060 millimeters, so just over 5 meters. It's 1.5 meters tall and it's 1.9 meters wide. As it's had the M-Touch, the front grille is blacked out, which is nice looking on this car with this gray contrast. We've got this square here, which is where the driver assist technology is, a radar, cruise control. That is actually quite well integrated. And we've got quite a nice bumper here, and actually, there are quite big vents down here that I can put my hands all the way in. I like how the bonnet lines accentuate the BMW logo, which is blue because this is an electric BMW. So at the front, there is no frunk. We just have this cover, which covers the car battery and various bits underneath there. So why is there no frunk? Well, I have this theory, which may prove to be right, may prove to be wrong, that unless a car manufacturer has been created with the intent of creating a fully electric platform and only electric cars, that actually you might not get Frunks in new EVs from car companies like Audi, Mercedes, BMW, etc. Now, I'm not saying this is going to always be the case, but it doesn't make sense to me that they would add a process where they have to add and move around the technology inside this area of the car to make space for the EV platform. Now, obviously, the i5 is part of the 5 Series. It's not specifically designed as an electric platform, but the tooling and the changes needed, I think, to make Frunks happen in every single car is more than probably the demand that there is for them. So I think that actually Frunks may well be a rarity as we go forward and not something which is more commonplace unless you buy a car from an EV only manufacturer. Just my thoughts, I might be wrong, but that's what I think. At the back of the i5, we've got this cool new carbon fiber lip spoiler, which is specific to this option pack. And then we've got these new 5 Series lights, which I think look really nice as well. And I like the little blue indentation on the inside of the i5 logo. And then when we open up the boot, we've obviously got an automatic tailgate. You can also kick underneath it to open it up. We've got 490 litres of space in here. Your charging cables go down here. There's quite a bit of space there, and it goes through quite far. And you can also put down the back seats from inside by pressing these. So that's cool. So you can slide through stuff without any issues. We obviously have got hooks and tether points, and we've got a nice little loading lip here, which will help you when you're moving stuff in. There isn't as much space in here as on the petrol version, which was 520 litres, but I don't think you could argue that you're lacking for space considering this is an EV, and we've got all the space inside as well in this model of car. These wheels are very cool. Not only are they 21 inches, but they've got a modular design where this middle section here can actually come out, and that improves the aerodynamics. But if you want to have it even sportier, you can remove them and have them with a slightly different design. At the back here, there is a lot of space. I'm 1.78 meters. I've got tons of space here. Tons of space in front of my knees. These are the seating positions to the front. We've got a USB-C on the back of each seat. We've got a little mounting point here, which you can slide up and down. And we've got a touch-sensitive screen here, which allows you to adjust the temperature back here, and a little space here for storage. We can, of course, pull down this, and we've got some cup holders, which is nice to see. And these are very comfortable seats, and this big panoramic glass roof really helps with the airiness inside the car. I've swapped sides to the passenger seat so you can see a bit better some of the tech inside this car. So first of all, let's start with the steering wheel. This steering wheel, I love this steering wheel. In the times when Audi seem to be moving all their steering wheels to round wheels, which I don't feel are as sporty, although if I'm being balanced, all Porsches have round wheels, so maybe I'm wrong. But anyway, I really like this design. I love that it is squared off at the bottom. I love the metallic design. I love that the buttons are actual physical buttons with wheels on them. I think that's great. I just think that the car overall is very, very well designed. Talking about the rest of the interior in here, we've got this cool crystal control, so I can control the infotainment system, which I'll show you in a bit more detail in a minute. We've got a crystal button here to control, or lever I should say, to control the gear. This screen, which curves, which is a design which Mercedes I think had first, and which you can now find on Kias as well, looks really, really good, and it accentuates the fantastic infotainment system which BMW have. And as a first, this is one of the first cars which can display Android Auto on the digital driver's display. Other manufacturers will show an arrow to show you which way to go, but they won't actually physically display the map in the middle. This is a very, very cool feature which I love, and it also works with Apple CarPlay too. So hats off to BMW for being one of the first manufacturers, if not the first, to integrate that, because it makes a big, big difference when driving. The other thing this car has, which is absolutely incredible, is Apple's car key technology. Now, only Genesis and Hyundai on some models also use this technology right now, although it will be coming, I'm sure, to others. And it allows you to create a car key on your iPhone and share it with other people. So if you want to lend your car to a friend, or a family member, you can just send them the car key remotely over your phone. Now it is encrypted and you can give and remove the access as you want to. You can set restrictions to what time they can get in the car and even to the speed that they can go. So you've got a lot of control over it, but it's great to know, oh, you forgot your car for some reason in a car park somewhere, maybe on a holiday and the plane changed to a different location, different airport, was diverted, and you want somebody to collect your car. Well, now, even though they don't have an actual physical key, they can use the Apple Car key if they have an iPhone, that family member or friend, to come and collect your car and take it to wherever you need to go. So it's a very, very cool feature and something which I absolutely love and which I'm really impressed with BMW integrates into their car. Now let's take a more detailed look at the actual infotainment system. Now I'm gonna swap positions and move the camera behind me and let's look at it. This is really what I'm excited to talk about. So let's talk a bit about some of the technology in here. So first of all, let's look at this interaction bar. So this allows you to see colors which change and it goes all the way across the car. You can see this beautiful carbon fiber trim on this option as well. And I have to physically press the buttons to action those buttons. You can see everything flashes red now, like the BYD Seal did something similar, not with the hazard light, so just with the music, but I do like that. And then we can actually turn up the fan here as well by pressing the 0 and the 1 and then adjusting it incrementally, which is great. So I like that too. Very clever. We've got a nice big display here, and we've got another big display in the middle. Now, I wanted to show you the integration of Android Auto because I think that's really, really important. So let's say I want to navigate somewhere. So let's navigate to, okay, Google, navigate to BMW UK.
Okay. There's a BMW UK 0.3 miles.
So we're going to click on BMW UK. We're going to hit the navigate button here. We'll turn off the sound because I don't want it talking over the top of me. And you can see I have this overview here over the top. Now I can change it to perspective, our turn-by-turn view. I can turn it to north up, or I can go to our overview. Now, normally I don't like this design because the problem with that design is, quite obviously, you can't actually tell where you're going very clearly. In this example, it's fine, but if it's a long route with lots of turns and they're on top of each other, it can be hard to see. One of the things I don't like on a Tesla, but here you can see in front of me, I have turn-by-turn directions on the digital driver's display from Android Auto. How cool is that? I really, really am impressed with that. I think it is a fantastic bit of technology and it allows us to see that turn-by-turn information and an overhead view. And I can see my music in the corner as well and enjoy that too. So, I mean, I love that BMW. Thank you very much. It also works on Apple CarPlay too. I can change through the modes as well on this system. And also we have a head-up display, which also, by the way, shows, you can't see that, but also shows turn-by-turn directions up there as well. So we're not by any means limited to what we can see. And then if I tap on the little button for the settings, so on content, do I want just our turn-by-turn navigation? Do I want AR mode? Do I want to have our Google Maps overview? Do I want to have our sports mode? Do I want to have music? And then we can sweep to the side here. We can change the layout, so we can make it either one-sided or two-sided or in the middle here. So again, really nice. And then we can adjust what is shown in the head-up display too. Do I want our assisted view? Do I want our sporty view? So again, you know, nice and easy to change between all of this information. I think it's quite a good thing that we can do that and we can show that there. I really do like that. And then at the bottom here, we have our normal home button. So we can tap on that to go through our app overview. Now, it is interesting that BMW do have an app overview here where you can see all of the apps, including information, obviously, about the vehicle, but also we got stuff like Spotify. And I can log in with my BMW ID and use Spotify. I can also go through and I can see the weather. That is the weather right now. It's cold, which is why I have gloves on when I'm outside. We can look at video. So if I've got a BMW ID set up, YouTube, again, I have to log in with a BMW ID, but you can see how it works. And we've got a CarPlay icon too. And we've got Air Console, which will let me play games in the car. So it's going to download Air Console now. Hopefully in a few minutes I can show you how it works. It's just a very, very intuitive system. If I tap the music button, it will take me to Android Auto. If I tap the navigation button, again, it will take me to Android Auto. Our climate control is here as well. Nice and simple to do, and I can turn it up and turn it down or turn it off. It's cold, so let's turn it back on here. So, you know, I can't criticize this in any way. This is super simple to use. It's just a fantastic system which gives you an overview of everything. We've got a separate infotainment section there which gives us entertainment stuff, and then we've got our vehicle settings separate. We've got our personal assistant on BMW, and we've got suggestions, and lots of these functions need to be logged in with a BMW ID, but you can just see how easy this system is to use. It's just fantastic, and it's a delight to use it. So I love the fact that you can use your phone to see what's going on around the car. So we've got a remote functionality here where I can click on it and it will show me what is around the car. Now, obviously, I can also add my car key to the car using the technology with the Apple Car Key. And you can see here, I can see all the way around the car. I've got one back door open slightly, so I can't see that, but it's pretty cool that I can see that in my phone on the car, and I can see the location. So what about inside the car? Let's take a 5-second video to say, hello, how you doing? I'm making a YouTube video for tech in the car. Nice to see you on the channel. And again, a very, very cool bit of technology, and it's now downloading the video to my phone, and I will be able to see myself on here. So another really cool feature here. Here we go. Video successfully downloaded. And you can see myself talking to the camera. There we go, inside the car. Now let's play the game now. Reminds me of being in Arizona here. Oh yes, come on. You can play games on here, that's fun. So the tech on this car is mind-blowingly good, with all of it involved in here, and this interaction bar, which is a fantastic feature, and also adjusts with the ambient lighting. Let's test the 0 to 60 time. It should be 6 seconds. We've got about 335, 340 horsepower, 400 Newton meters of torque. Let's go. We're in sport mode, 0 to 60. Let's go. How fast will it be? It feels like we've got some good acceleration, but will it be good acceleration? So the answer to that is, we did it in 5.14 seconds, so faster than the 0 to 60 time that it says. That's pretty impressive. That's good job, BMW. How is driving the new i5? How does it feel compared to other electric cars and all of the technology inside here? Let's see how it is. So the first thing I'll say to you is, again, I love the steering wheel in this car. I think it's fantastic. It's maybe a bit chunkier than I'd like, but like I could happily use a steering wheel all day long. These modes are incredible, they really are. And when I change between the modes, we're in sport mode now, you can see the interaction bar changes colors, which is really, really incredible to see. I love that. The way it goes all the way across. I don't know if the interaction bar is really overselling what it is. It's basically just a colored light across the entire car, but it looks the part, and I do like that. And we can change between the modes, of different drive modes, relax, which adjusts the seats into a more relaxed position. But let's go into our normal mode now. Let's just go into our personal mode, where we have, of course, the ability to have Android Auto on both the digital driver's display and the car here, which is really, really handy and great. So actually, what does it feel like driving the car? Between the modes, I wouldn't say that I noticed much difference. We have got 21-inch wheels on this car. It does start with 19, so you can get 19 on the 5 Series. I do feel it's a bit bouncy when you're going down car parks earlier when I was filming. So I would say that it's a bit bouncy on there, but on a normal road like this now, it really is very, very easy to drive, and it's very, very comfortable. And the driver assistance technologies and the information it gives you is great. As an electric car, this is a car which is supremely easy to drive. If I turn on the lane assist and adaptive cruise control, it knows what the speed limit is, it sets it for me, and it does the job. In certain countries, such as Germany, this can be either level 2 or level 3 autonomous, which means it can essentially drive itself, hands off the wheel, and you don't even have to look at what you're doing. Now, that technology is built into this car. It's just obviously not working in the UK, but it can change lanes by itself. It can overtake by itself. And really, in terms of safety, because this is what technology is all about. It's all about making the car safe. Is the technology in this car, there is a benefit to us as people, as drivers, to the people around us driving down the roads, walking down the roads. But in terms of the actual experience, this is a super refined, easy to drive car that can do what you need it to do. And with its 400 Newton meters of torque and its 340 horsepower, as you saw, it can do 0 to 60 pretty quickly in about 5.5 seconds. Let's try out the reversing system. So this isn't new to BMW, but it is pretty cool. So I just drove around a corner and the car is now going to take me back to where I came. Now I use my hand off the wheels here, but I do use the accelerator pedal to take me back. Again, this is not a new feature, but it's very cool that it's there, and you can see it showing me exactly how far I am between the cars, and it just records this information automatically, and it will take me back to where I started. Now this is great if you park in a tight parking space, if you're in a tight car park, if you don't know exactly where the wall is, but you got in fine, but you're worried maybe about getting out, or maybe you're distracted. Maybe you've got a family in the car, you parked in a tight parking space in a shopping center, and you're worried you can't get out without the family distracting you and you hitting something. Well, no problems now. This will take us right back to where we started quite happily. This is a fantastic feature that BMW and only BMW has. One other cool feature of this car, which you shouldn't forget, is there is actually one paddle on the left-hand side, which feels a bit weird when there are two paddles, but it's got a boost mode. So if you hit that for 10 seconds, you get extra boost and power. So that's a pretty cool feature. So for overtaking, not that this car is lacking in power in normal mode or in sports mode anyway, but you can use a boost mode to get even more. And it gives you a countdown on the screen. You know, a bit of a gimmick, but using technology to make it fun. So the answer to the question, is technology something which you should be excited about or nervous about? And does the i5 give you the best of that? So absolutely, if we're talking about what the i5 gives you, it gives you the absolute best in technology. What BMW are doing, especially with the way that it integrates Android Auto and CarPlay into the digital driver's display, which is one of the first manufacturers to do that without running on Android Automotive, because this is not an Android Automotive system. The way that you can share your car key through your iPhone, the way it really seamlessly integrates with your phone, no matter what you have. It's really good. And then the reverse assist, the ability to play games in here, the fact that you just got everything. It means this car will be a lot safer to drive with all that technology, and you'll have a better experience. Technology is something we all need to be open to. And if you watch my videos on this channel, I'm trying to show you how it works, what it does, and what's good about it, as well as showing you the cars and telling you all about them and sharing my experiences. If you found this video useful, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel and let me know what you think of the i5. And check out my other EV videos. I've got a ton of them on the channel by clicking on one of these pop-up bits wherever they are in a minute. Thanks for watching.